Hello and have a good day for everyone who's watching. My name is Sebastian Siburian. I am from University of Indonesia. In this opportunity, I would like to share my paper about evaluation of corporate bankruptcy prediction model in Indonesia. Okay, for the background, the dynamics of the business environment has an impact on every business sector and forces them to adapt and survive from all kind of consequences brought about by this dynamism. Then this was accompanied by the influence of economic globalization, which had a positive and negative impact, as well as the presence of crises that affected the business environment. As we know, the positive sides, such as ease of obtaining inventory, opening up opportunity for technology and updates, and opening up the investment tax. But there are also negative things, such as the competition for human resources. There is not even imbalance, especially in Indonesia, as well the regulatory readiness issue. This has an impact on market stability in the form of undesirable consequences. Financial distress must be avoided for a business sector to support long-term business sustainability. Therefore, the need of accuracy of a bankruptcy prediction model that work in a unique and a characteristic economic and business environment in each region, even over time, is very necessary. If we look at the Indonesia from 2015 2002 through 2019, there is an upward trend in the listing companies. Therefore, knowledge of financial distress conditions should be very helpful in deciding strategic steps to be able to save the company when overcoming conditions that can lead to bankruptcy. At least there are quite a lot of financial distress models such as Beaver, Altman, Osum, Tefler, Smijewski, Samway. In general, the data they get is from the country microeconomic conditions and several indicators in financial report. And there are also various techniques and critics and input from fellow researchers in particular. These prediction models are developed in a country with different economic conditions and various assumption therein. But again, the problem is that each country has its own uniqueness and raise the question of how the accuracy performance of each model is when applied to different economic conditions. Okay, so the research objective is to determine the value of various bankruptcy prediction model in Indonesia business environment and to find out an accurate bankruptcy prediction models in the Indonesia business environment. Okay, for the literature review, Altman 2007 said that companies that are experiencing financial distress are companies that have negative cumulative earning for 2 years. And entering into bankruptcy, according to Altman, bankruptcy itself is a term that describes a situation where the value of liability exceeds the value of asset valuation that occurs, and when the bankruptcy has been declared, there has been an incident or legal action that accompanies it. For some model of financial distress, there is Altman with advantage that is better than the univariate technique Beaver. It uses discriminant analysis, which tries to calculate variables simultaneously and weight them to get the variable predictor. Then also, the predictive power of the bankruptcy model depends largely on availability of financial statement data. The powering of prediction can be higher, the accuracy in a large number of samples, and it is logic. And also Tefler, in this sense, this is model, if carefully developed and tested, continues to have significant value for financial statement users who are concerned about the company credit risk and the company financial health. And the last is Smijewski is the simple one. Although the accuracy of Smijewski model appear to be high in some cases, there are few critics that remain, and it is okay. Next, for the reason for the research Design and data. First, data collection. Data collection is done by assessing the data set from Thomson. The data taken are financial variable in company listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange from 2015 through 2019. After obtaining a sample that fits in the criteria, the sample will process according to the prediction model of Altman emerging market, Olson, Tafler, and Zmijewski, and define their estimated model. After obtaining the estimated coefficient result and applying them, the result will be compared with the company real conditions. And the last, performing the type 1 and type 2 error tests. The type 1 error, in fact, financial distress is classified as healthy, and type 2 error, in fact, healthy is classified as financial distress. In this case, error type 1 is more dangerous than error type 2. And the criteria for the data itself. One company listed on Indonesia Stock Exchange have financial report for fiscal year ending in 2015 through 2019 and have all variable needed in accounting model to be tested, and have a continued financial report in the research year. In addition, the author also choose to use a main reference that classifies company experience in financial distress. We use Altman. It's a company that are experiencing financial distress are company that have negative cumulative earning for 2 years. Okay, this is data processing and based on the criteria for the sample. Phase 1 was eliminated related to completeness of the data from population of the company data, as many as 128 companies that do not have adequate data completeness. So that the elimination phase of completeness of data, the sample companies become 362 companies. Thus, the observation after elimination phase 1 are 1,810 firm years. And based on the result of outlier elimination, 47 companies have outlier data, then the number of observation data that become the sample in this study, where 315 companies or 1,575 firm year observation data. Okay, next in this table, the beta is the coefficient of the original model, then the beta hat is the new coefficient for various variable for various model. Almost all coefficient on each variable work with 75% significance. Only CL per CA or FUTL for Olson and CA per CL for Zmijewski, which are not significant. Okay, there are quite unique results in Altman for emerging market, where quite a lot of company are categorized as healthy company as for the Olson model and Olson estimate. The results are quite interesting because it can be seen that there are quite large differences in company that are considered to experience financial distress. As for Tafler, the estimated model is quite directly proportional and also reflected in Zmijewski and the estimate. And according to the Altman's statement that company experiencing financial distress are company that have accumulated negative net income for 2 consecutive years, namely 328 firm year experiencing financial distress from 1,575 firm year. Okay, when view in this case for Altman with the estimation model, there is an increase in accuracy. Olson has the lowest level of accuracy. On the contrary, Olson estimate has the highest level of accuracy. This shows there are indeed several indicators of financial ratios that are suitable in categorizing a company experiencing financial distress. The collapse of accuracy in Olson model is reflected because the quite is quite a lot of companies that should be in health category are categorized as unhealthy. In addition, when few Taylor model and re-estimated Taylor, there is indeed an increase, but it's not too big in this case. Increase accuracy Taylor estimate is only 1%. In addition, when we view Zbigniew, there is a significant increase of accuracy, and the increasing accuracy is about 7%. All models have fairly good chi-square value, indicating the value estimate at the 75 confidence level. Okay, when view from error type 1 Altman for emerging market, the error rate is quite high. This should be fatal since error type 1 define the company that are considered not to have experienced financial distress. In fact, experiencing financial distress. Well, the smallest error type 1 obtained by Olson estimation. In this case, it is quite important to assess error type 1 because this error condition is quite fatal when compared to error type 2. As for error type 2, the minimum was achieved by emerging market. The discrepancy between the result of error type 1 and error type 2 in Altman emerging market is because Altman emerging market quite not assess a company experiencing financial distress, when in fact companies experiencing financial distress only 328 from years. In this case, show a decrease error of type 1 for Altman emerging market re-estimation model. Meanwhile, if we look at the result of Olson estimation, the decrease occur in error type 1 and error type 2. The error type 2, this is quite good, considering that the Olson estimation model does experience a significant increase in the level of accuracy as well. For the Taylor estimation model itself, decrease in error rate occur in type 2 error. For Zbigniew re-estimation model, the decrease in the error rate occur in type 1 error and type 2 error. So, this study contribute to helping to see the good relationship of various model when re-estimation is carried out. This is proven by a result of a re-estimation model. All re-estimation model have better accuracy rate than the original model. In addition, most of the re-estimated model experience a decrease in the level error type 1 and error type 2 from the original model. In this case, best performance is achieved by Olson re-estimation model due to highest level of accuracy and the smallest type 1 error and the second smallest type 2 error. Thank you.